Hello, welcome, greetings. My name's Casey Taylor, and thank you for being a part of this video, which is part of the Gong bath area on this channel. And this particular video, we're going to have a chat about context and frameworks for gongs and gong baths themselves. If you've received gong baths before, this may be information that you know, or you might find something new or a different way of thinking about things, so it may be worth checking out. If you're brand new to gong baths, I recommend watching both this video and how to prepare and what to expect. So let's dive right in. Now, gongs are very unique instruments. These instruments are made of metals that we don't know the exact ratios or how many different types of metals are in them. It's made in by different people, and these particular ones are by Pasty, this one here, and this is by a gentleman in Rhode Island. They have these specific metals that we don't know about, which is information that's been passed down through generations to get particular sonic qualities out of them, and these are symphonic gongs. Now, what makes that so special? Well, they produce an extremely wide frequency range. They produce sounds within and outside of human hearing, which is 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. They produce such a rich sonic palette that it becomes a unique experience sonically, where we have the experience of bathing in the sound itself. And now, this is often used in sound healing. It can also be used in meditation. In the context of sound healing, the frequencies are moving across and through the body, clearing the energy bodies as well as the energy channels within the body, meridians or nadis, however you'd like to frame it. And it helps to clean off any things that are hanging on that don't serve us anymore. So it's a big cleansing element. And of course, if we're working with the energy bodies and energy channels, this is also helping to clear and clarify our subconscious, our unconscious, unneeded behavior patterns and emotions, stuff that generally can get stuck to us that we don't need. The experience is best when we're doing it streaming like this in a couple of different ways. One would be on a speaker system. That would be the best way to listen to it. Since this is on YouTube, if you have it on your smart TV and you have a sound bar or surround sound and it has a subwoofer, it's really great there. You can also use earbuds and put them in your ears. That's great to have the gongs kind of in your head, earbuds or headphones. I don't recommend listening to gong baths on computer speakers or on your phone speaker. You're just not going to get enough of the frequencies and the richness that's involved. And so what makes this richness unique? When we think about things in the less esoteric realm, though still miraculous, what's going on with our human hearing is very unique. So the human beings are really good at finding intervals between notes. And in Western music, we have 12 intervals, and we can hear the distance between a half tone or a full tone or semitone and a full tone. And being able to hear that difference is what allows us, even if someone is not a musician, to hear the difference between a major chord, which sounds happy, and a minor chord. Even though the notes are all happening at the same time, we can pick out those individual tones. And they invoke different experiences for us emotionally, like I said, happy or sad, and they have a certain color or palette to them as well. So we have different colors and palettes along the frequency range, and how intervals sound together. An interval that is a full semitone away sounds very different than a interval that is 2 semitones away. So we're really good at hearing that. We're really good at hearing what's in the range of human speech, and we're also really good at hearing what's in the range of bird sounds, which is quite an interesting thing, and I'll digress for just a moment, though I think it's relevant. If we think about native peoples, pre-agricultural human beings, living either in the jungle, on the plains, in forests, in deserts, any of these places, there's going to be a lot of information coming in from the sounds that we hear. And birds are particularly great for alerting danger, can hear different birds during different migratory cycles in order to traverse over long distances. We can also aid in maybe in hunting if they're giving out a particular sound. And you can hear this in things like Aboriginal music when they use didgeridoos. They reproduce a lot of the sounds of the natural world. So we're really attuned to sounds of the natural world, intervals, and the human voice. Because of that, the inner ear works extremely well, and we're really capable of taking in a lot of information at once. Right now you're hearing my voice, the timbre of my voice, which is the harmonic range that makes it sound more raspy as compared to somebody else's voice that might sound more bell-like. So we have the timbre, we have tone and tonality, and we can pick those out. We pick out the intervals, And it's working so fast. It's miraculous. It's incredible how quickly our mind and ear can create all this information. We're able to understand where we are in space by hearing things reflecting off walls in a room or in outside. So it's a huge amount of information. Now, what happens when we give something that's very good at taking in information too much information? It starts to slow down. Think about your computer. If we put too much processing power in at once, the whole thing starts to slow down. And that's what these things do. They bring in so much sonic information, so much richness all at once that the brain kind of goes 1, 2, 3, 4, whoa, way too many, and starts to move into a specific type of meditative state. Now, I caveat that with saying these are sounds that if you haven't had a gong bath before, are unusual. So your brain is going to try and find reference points. So your first gong bath or the first few minutes of your gong bath, you might be trying to, oh, that sounds like a boat, or that sounds like a tree, or that sounds like this, or that sounds like that. And that's perfectly okay. It's part of the process. You might feel kind of distracted because the noises we don't have a reference point for. But as you move through that and allow the healing sounds of the gong to wash over you and wash through your hearing, it really does bring on a beautiful meditative and healing state. That being said, sometimes this can help to clear out emotions as well. So if you experience emotions coming up, just breathe through them and allow them to work their way out of your experience. Just breathe, and you can always pause this video or stop the video during a gong bath. I think that gives a good reference point. This is also best done lying down with a blanket and, as I said, with the particular speaker systems. So if you'd like that other video that's a little bit shorter about just how to prepare and what to expect, we're going to go ahead and hit that on the other video. If you're ready with all the information you have now, go ahead and dive into a gong bath below.